talking of for networking, we've got Terry Cooper, who of course is the chairman.
Good afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon. Great to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now,
Thank
the
you.
last time I saw you was at the Excel Centre.
It was, yes, at the business show at Excel back in May.
Yeah. You just come off stage.
Yes.
Your passion is sales, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
I'm passionate about sales.
And we were talking a little bit about the sound, the technique.
Yeah.
We were talking about the features and functions and all the rest of it. But what angle do you put on it? What's your spin?
My ethos is that sales can be overcomplicated because sales is just about having a conversation. Until you can engage with somebody, you can't sell to them. Because if you think about it, people only buy from people they like, they know, and they trust. So sales is about having a conversation to build rapport. And until you've built that rapport and until you've relaxed somebody, you can't sell to them. Now, selling is okay if there's two winners. So while you're having that conversation, you can find out if somebody wants or needs your product and service. And if they want or need your product and service, and then you can extol the benefits of that to them, then that's where the sales process works. And that comes off in a conversation. That's how it works.
Is it just all about relationships then?
It's all about relationships. Unless you build the relationship with somebody, you'll never be able to sell to them. That's face-to-face, business-to-business sales.
What about this whole area about building this rapport, this, you know, the different ways of doing it, as much as that we try to sell the features and functions, but everybody's talking about building a rapport. But does it become a little bit sort of matey in the end? Well, or do you have to still draw a line professionally?
No. What you have to do as a salesperson, you start off by having a conversation, but that conversation moves towards a sales conversation, which if you're there to sell something to somebody, that becomes inevitable. Now, the art of the good salesperson is to decide if it's right to continue with that conversation, because in sales there has to be two winners. You have to win to sell to somebody, and they have to win to buy from you. So that's when it turns from a conversation into a sales opportunity, when you've asked questions, you've built rapport, and you've established a need or a want for your product and service. And you've got the person will then see the right benefits to buy from you.
Now, you're the chairman of For Networking.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that association, that connection. How did that all come about?
That all came about, I actually joined For Networking as a member back at the back end of 2006. And at my first For Networking meeting, I only had my business 29 days. My background is top level corporate. Brad was actually foresighting. And I thought, you know, this young guy's got some pretty good ideas here. He's a bit rough around the edges. He comes from Manchester, but actually I like what he says.
But we don't hold that against him.
No, we don't hold that against him. And at the end of it, he was asking, at the end of his foresight, he said, I'm looking for volunteers to start groups. And I thought, well, you know, I quite like this. I'll have a go at that. And I couldn't stop my hand going up. I can do that, Brad. I can do that. So we had a cup of coffee afterwards. And that's when I thought, you know, I really, really like what he says here. And with my experience, I could really help him. And that's all it came about. I just wanted to help somebody that I saw had something about them and could be successful, and I had the experience to help them to be more successful.
So what does this mean then for the future of For Networking?
Well, I think we've just scratched the surface of For Networking, because For Networking, we've established Australia, where we've got 15 groups in Sydney, and we've just moved into Melbourne, so we've opened up in other parts of Australia. But we know that For Networking brand works, and if it works in Australia, it will work worldwide. I'm incredibly excited about the opportunity now of being able to take this brand global.
Which is really exciting, isn't it, for the whole organisation?
Absolutely, yeah.
And what about the show here today? I mean,
what a fantastic show.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't... Dawn, Catlow and her team, Jackie and Dee and everybody that's worked to produce this show, I think have done an absolutely amazing job.
They really have, haven't they?
From something that was an idea in one of their board meetings back in February, we've actually turned it into something which is just an amazing show. I've been pleased and proud to be here today.
Well, it's been a pleasure of ours to know that you've been here as well.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely
Come
to
on
meet
the
you
show.
too. Thank you. I'd love to.